Are you ready for some incredible news that could put extra money directly into your bank account this June? The Social Security Administration has just made an announcement that's sending shockwaves through the benefits community. And if you're a Social Security recipient, you absolutely need to hear this right now. We're talking about a potential 3-check month with an additional $200 bonus that could be landing in your account sooner than you think. But here's the thing, are you actually eligible for this windfall? And what do you need to do to make sure you don't miss out? If this sounds like something that could change your financial situation this summer, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because we're diving deep into everything you need to know about this game-changing announcement. Let's get started. The Social Security Administration doesn't typically make announcements like this without serious consideration, so when they do, it's worth paying attention. This June 2025 3-check payout plan isn't just another routine adjustment, it's a comprehensive response to economic pressures that millions of Americans have been facing. But what exactly does this mean for you? And how did we get to this point where the SSA is implementing such an unusual payment structure? Let's break down what's happening here. Under normal circumstances, Social Security recipients receive one payment per month, typically on a schedule based on their birth date or when they first started receiving benefits. However, the SSA has announced that June 2025 will be different. Instead of the standard single monthly payment, eligible recipients will receive 3 separate deposits throughout the month. But here's where it gets really interesting. Each of these payments will include a portion of that $200 bonus we mentioned earlier. Now, you're probably wondering who exactly qualifies for this 3-check system and that additional $200. The eligibility criteria are more specific than you might expect, and understanding them could be the difference between receiving this extra money or missing out entirely. Are you someone who's been receiving Social Security disability insurance for more than 2 years? Have you been collecting retirement benefits since before 2023? Or maybe you're a survivor benefits recipient who's been in the system for at least 18 months? These factors all play a role in determining your eligibility. The first check in this 3-payment system is scheduled to arrive during the first week of June, and it's designed to cover what would normally be considered your regular monthly benefit amount. However, even this first payment includes the first installment of that $200 bonus, which means you're already seeing more money than usual right from the start. But why is the SSA choosing to split these payments into 3 parts instead of just giving everyone a larger single payment? The reasoning behind this approach is actually quite strategic. By spreading the payments across the month, the SSA aims to help recipients better manage their cash flow while also reducing the administrative burden on their payment systems. Think about it, instead of millions of people receiving larger than normal payments all on the same day, which could potentially overwhelm banking systems and cause processing delays, the 3-check system distributes this load more evenly. But does this approach actually benefit you as a recipient, or is it just making things more complicated? The second payment in this sequence typically arrives around the middle of the month, and this is where things get particularly interesting. This middle payment isn't just a continuation of your regular benefits, it's specifically designed to address what the SSA calls economic adjustment factors. These are essentially cost of living considerations that go beyond the standard annual COLA increases. Have you noticed how your grocery bills have been climbing, or how your utility costs seem to increase every month? This second payment component is meant to help offset some of those everyday expenses that traditional benefit calculations might not fully address. But let's talk about that $200 bonus in more detail, because this isn't just free money appearing out of nowhere. The SSA has structured this bonus as a response to what they're calling accumulated economic pressures that have affected benefit recipients disproportionately over the past several years. Are you someone who's had to choose between paying for medication and buying groceries? Have you found yourself struggling to keep up with rent increases or transportation costs? This bonus is specifically designed to provide relief for situations just like these. The third and final payment of the month arrives during the last week of June, and this one includes the final portion of your $200 bonus along with what the SSA terms forward-looking adjustments. These adjustments are meant to help recipients prepare for anticipated expenses in the following months. It's almost like the SSA is giving you a head start on July's financial challenges before they even arrive. But how exactly did they calculate these amounts? And can you count on similar arrangements in future months? Here's something crucial that many people don't realize. This 3-check system isn't necessarily a one-time event. The SSA has indicated that depending on how well this June implementation goes, and based on ongoing economic conditions, they might consider similar arrangements for other months throughout 2025. Are you prepared to potentially receive multiple 3-check months this year? And more importantly, do you know how to properly manage these additional funds to maximize their benefit for your financial situation? Now, let's address some of the practical concerns you might have about this new payment structure. First, you're probably wondering whether these additional payments will affect your taxes. The good news is that the $200 bonus component is being treated as a cost of living adjustment rather than additional income, which means it shouldn't significantly impact your tax liability. However, you should still keep detailed records of all payments received, because tax laws can be complex and individual situations vary. Another common concern is whether receiving these extra payments might affect eligibility for other benefits programs. If you're currently receiving SNAP benefits, Medicaid, or housing assistance, you're right to be thinking about potential interactions. The SSA has worked with other federal agencies to ensure that these temporary payment adjustments don't inadvertently disqualify recipients from other crucial support programs. But does this mean you can spend this money without any concerns about benefit calculations? The timing of these payments is also worth discussing in detail. While we've mentioned that they arrive in early, middle, and late June, the exact dates depend on several factors, including your normal payment schedule, your banking institution, and even your geographic location. Are you someone who typically receives payments on the second Wednesday of the month? Your first June payment might arrive on June 4th, with subsequent payments following on June 18th and June 25th. But what if your normal payment date is different? Let's also talk about what this means for your financial planning. If you're used to budgeting around a single monthly payment, suddenly receiving 3 payments plus a bonus might require some adjustment to your money management approach. Are you prepared to resist the temptation to spend all 3 payments as soon as they arrive? Smart recipients are already thinking about how to use this extra money most effectively, whether that means paying down debt, building an emergency fund, or addressing deferred maintenance issues around their homes. The $200 bonus specifically offers some interesting opportunities. While $200 might not seem like a life-changing amount, when used strategically, it can make a real difference. Are you someone who's been putting off a necessary medical appointment because of cost concerns? Maybe this bonus could cover that visit. Or perhaps you've been struggling to afford prescription medications. This extra money could provide the relief you need. The key is thinking about this bonus as an opportunity to address important needs rather than just extra spending money. One aspect of this announcement that's particularly noteworthy is how the SSA is handling the communication and implementation. They've promised that all eligible recipients will receive detailed information about their specific payment schedule and amounts at least 2 weeks before the first June payment. But what if you don't receive this information? Or what if there are errors in the details? The SSA has also established special customer service protocols specifically for questions related to this 3-check system. As we wrap up this comprehensive look at the June 2025 3-check payout plan, it's important to remember that while this announcement is exciting, it's also a reminder of the ongoing economic challenges that many Social Security recipients face. The fact that the SSA felt the need to implement such an unusual payment structure speaks to the real financial pressures that millions of Americans are experiencing. Are you ready to make the most of this opportunity? Remember to subscribe to our channel for ongoing updates about Social Security changes, benefit optimization strategies, and other financial news that could impact your situation. We'll be following this story closely and providing updates as more details become available. Your financial security matters, and staying informed is one of the best ways to protect and maximize your benefits.